Gentleman just back here.
Hi, Jonathan Sim from Amazon. Quick question about disruption. Could you tell us more about disruptive business models as well as how that's influenced your business?
I love the idea that someone from Amazon asked me that question. But I mean, to me, a disruptive business model is just a natural evolution. And the best, the great thing about a disruptive business model, you look at it once it's being created, and everyone goes, it's blindingly obvious. And I go back to that idea about why sometimes we do things today the way we do them because we did them that way yesterday. And the great disruptors are the people who suddenly say, well, actually, just because we did it yesterday doesn't mean to say it's the right way to do it today. I think the key is that that trend will never change. One of the things I used to say to everyone at Betfair was, if we can go up one side of the mountain, this fast and disrupt and basically steal everyone's lunch, then we can sure as hell come down the other side twice as fast as everybody steals our lunch. And so you just by definition, we don't know where the next one's going to come from, but you've got to be alive to it, and you've got to think about how people can shift to it. I think, as I say, to me, the best business ideas come out of when you're going about your everyday life and you come across something, you say, that just irritates me why I do it that way. It's not about sitting there in a dark room trying to have that light bulb moment. It's actually going, this is just not working as well as it should do, and then getting off your backside and saying, so I'm going to change it and do it. And sometimes disruption is a massive step. More often, it's actually lots of incremental steps, and then suddenly you go, gosh, we've completely changed the way things work.
I'm Ruby from Wired magazine. Quick question. We constantly engage with entrepreneurs and startups in the magazine, looking at how they've become successful. A lot of the themes that you've talked about, i.e. failure and having to keep going, come up all the time. But at the moment, I'm focusing on a project with young entrepreneurs, so aged between 12 to 18, and there's a surprisingly large number of them out there who are doing incredible things. And I just wondered, from your point of view, if you had one piece of advice to give them as they're growing and as they're kind of moving into a new space, what would that be?
They're so lucky because they haven't really thought about what might go wrong, which is actually fantastic, and that's just incredibly, liberating for them. So I would just say, if you think you want to do it. Try it. If it fails, so what? There's no shame in failing whatsoever. And I think it's just giving people the courage to go, this is what I want to try and do. I'm going to try and do it. And seek out lots of, don't be afraid to ask other people what they did. Don't be afraid to, use what other people have done. There's no point in reinventing the wheel every single time. And there's no shame in looking at what people do well and saying, I'm going to take a bit of that and a bit of that, and then putting it together with what you've come out with. But most of all, it's just go for it.